I have no idea why I'm up so early in the morning. Good morning, everybody. Excuse my rough appearance, but like I told y'all in my last video, I'm not trying to pretend that, by getting all dolled up in my videos and stuff. So today is Saturday, July 29th. And y'all know on Saturdays I vlog because that's the only day I really have a chance to take y'all along with me. So today, as you saw, I was enjoying my coffee and I had my little candle burning. I love candles. I love candles. I remember one time I had I had so many candles burning. My husband was like, "What you doing, a seance up in here?" But I love candles, and I had candles burning all around the house. Today I just have the one. My favorite scent is jasmine, and I never realized how much I like jasmine. I'm logging onto my computer, um, but I really love jasmine, and Target makes a brand. I can't remember the name of the brand, but I only buy them from Target, even though I love them so much. I only buy. My preference is to only buy those brand of jasmine candles. I think they're like soy wax or something like that. But I will only buy them from Target if they're on sale because I just think they're overpriced, and I mean it's worth the money, but I just still don't think that it's worth paying. It's the candles are worth the money, but I don't think it makes sense to pay that kind of money for those candles, and I consider that a treat. So anyway, today I don't know what happened. My husband got up and he went to work, and we have this thing where we kiss each other on the forehead because Monday through Friday I actually am gone before him. So before I leave, I kiss him on the forehead and I tell him, "Don't be late. Don't oversleep. Don't be late. Have a good day. Blah blah blah." And so on Saturdays, because I don't work on Saturdays, I don't work on weekends. But this morning, I remember there was a light on, and it kind of woke me up a little bit. So I rolled over and pulled the covers up to block the light, and I went back to sleep. And I was sleeping so hard until I felt him rubbing my leg, and he was rubbing my leg to let me know he was coming in to kiss me on my cheek. And I don't know. I went right back to sleep. I was knocked out, but I'm one of those kind of people that, it takes me a while to kind of go back to sleep, but I've been so tired lately. I don't know what is going on. I think um, that, may be something going on with my values, um, my levels and stuff. And so anyway, with that being said, I had a meeting scheduled with my nutritionist last week, and then the rain was so bad, the streets were flooding, the lights were out, the traffic was horrible, and I had to go so far to get to her. Not that she's far away, it's just that when you're driving in that kind of weather and then you're dealing with traffic too, it just makes it a really long drive. So I called her and I was like, "This is not going to happen because with all these different elements, these different factors contributing to my travel, I just don't see how I'm gonna be able to get there on time." And I was her last appointment, and I really felt guilty about trying to keep that appointment and then hold her up. And then I didn't know what the weather was like on her side of town, so I'm like, she needs to get home to her family and blah 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 blah. So I canceled the appointment. I rescheduled for Monday. So Monday, the weather was beautiful. I actually made it out there, and she and I sat and talked for a really long time. And she was that Monday? Yeah. She sent me a meal plan, and she sent me I left with some recipes. A lot of the recipes she gave me I had already I knew about, and I had seen, on YouTube and stuff like that. But I left with some recipes, and she sent me a meal plan with some information about the supplements that I'm taking and all my medication and stuff like that. She's working in collaboration with my doctor because I had a few complaints about things that were going on with my body, and I was doing everything that I could think to do, but I wasn't having success. And so I talked to my doctor, and I asked him, I said, well, initially, before my surgery, I met with a diabetic nutritionist. During my pre-op period, I met with a bariatric nutritionist. I said, but I haven't met with anybody since I've had my surgery, not even for them to check in on me, things like that. And I feel like my surgeon was awesome, but I just think that his office staff sucks. Their customer service is not very good. The nutritionist that I met with, she was very rude, and I think on some levels she was ignorant. While she may have been knowledgeable, I couldn't really tell, but she may have been knowledgeable about her job. She just wasn't very patient friendly. She just has an ugly personality. And I think that's very difficult for somebody going through this process, because you're already dealing with so many different emotions about why you have to do what you're doing, and the fact that you're anticipating this major surgery and all this. And the last thing you need is somebody's funky attitude. And so anyway, I said all that to say that there was never, even after I went for my post-op follow-up, I never heard from the doctor's office. None of his staff ever contacted me. The nutritionist, the surgeon, his nurse, nobody bothered to even contact me to see how I was doing. My doctor has been the only person who's been taking care of me. And I'm okay with that, because I love my doctor. I love my doctor. We can go hang out somewhere. He just has the coolest personality, and he is genuinely concerned about my health. So anyway, he scheduled, he did a referral for me to see the nutritionist. And what I love it wasn't the same nutritionist that I had actually spoke with. This nutritionist is very, very knowledgeable, and she has experience dealing with bariatric patients, malabsorption, things like that. And so she she's not extremely friendly. She's cool. We probably joke like maybe once or twice or whatever, but she's very focused on her job, and so she doesn't like to get distracted. So it makes it for a very kind of butthole tight conversation. It's not very loose and and every, but I appreciate her knowledge. She's very knowledgeable. She listens to me. She offers suggestions. She gave me some samples of different products that she wanted me to try. She is in agreement with my doctor about quite a few things. And there is some additional blood work that I'm going to have to get done, because he does this very extensive panel, looking for all of my vitamin levels and things like that, which is required for a bariatric patient, but that's only done annually. And so she wanted to have some additional, she wanted to look at those lab results, but she wanted to have some additional blood work drawn, because she's looking at, I don't think my panel included zinc, but she brought up zinc, and there was a few other things that she brought up, which I don't think that the standard components of the panel include those. So anyway, she she's really looking at everything that's going on, and she gave me some suggestions. I will tell you that when she and I spoke, prior, when I scheduled my appointment, I was eating dairy, and then I saw a video, and I know it's the video that's circling the internet and things like that. And I stopped eating dairy. I didn't stop eating dairy because the video said I should stop eating dairy. I stopped eating dairy because I'm a mental eater, which basically means that if I experience something texture wise or visually that is unappealing, mentally I can't force myself to eat it. I don't care if I close my eyes. I don't care if I try to think about something else. I don't care if I try to mix it with something else. In my head, I still see everything that turned me off from that ingredient. And so watching this video, one of the things that they mentioned was pus. And I was sitting there going, oh my God, I was so grossed out by the thought of pus in my food. And I was just sitting there like, this is one of the reasons I stopped eating meat, because one time, one of the easiest things that, one of the things that, how can I say this? One of the things that made it easy for me to stop eating beef, besides the fact that it was making me sick, is one time I was eating beef. I think I made some spaghetti or something, so it was ground beef, and I bit into a piece of gristle. I literally got sick. I'm not going to describe it for you, but it was not a pleasant experience. At that point, I never ate a piece of beef ever. No hamburger, no spaghetti, no nut, and all, because all I felt like this, it was just nasty. I just couldn't even wrap my, it was the thought, it was just gross. So then I had an experience with eating chicken, and one day, I was loving me some fried chicken, okay? One day I was eating a piece of fried chicken, and no, it wasn't fried chicken. I was eating some baked chicken or rotisserie chicken or something like that. And I don't think the chicken was cooked very well. It seemed like it was cooked well. It had a really nice color and everything. But when I bit into it, I literally felt like I was hunched over the animal eating the chicken, like some caveman or some predator, ripping the meat off the bone. It just grossed me out so bad till I was like, you know what, this is it. So I'm one of those people that, it was easy for me to make the transition, and I was only still eating. I was well, some people say pescatarian. I say I can't remember what they call it. Anyway, I was only eating poultry and seafood. The reason I stopped eating seafood is because one time I was eating some shrimp, and I think it was like a stir fry or something like that, and I happened to look down just as I got ready to take a bite, and I saw the vein in the shrimp, and all I kept thinking was shrimp poop, and I was just like, uh-uh. So as you can see, I'm a mental eater. So, I just, once I'm grossed out by something, I can't. I cannot force myself to eat. So anyway, I'm about to kind of make a list of things that I need to do. I definitely have to go to Ikea. I'm on the hunt for a really nice cabinet in this apartment, and I know we're moving, but in this apartment, I just have the one pantry, and then I have these cabinets and stuff, but I have my dishes in these cabinets. I really don't have a lot of storage space for canned goods and things like that. So I'm in a hunt for this cabinet, and I'm looking for something specifically. It doesn't have to be huge, but I want it to be a little deep, where I can store my canned goods and box, the dry goods and things like that. And I want to be able to put stuff, in airtight containers and things like that. And so this pantry, the way that it's set up, some of the shelves are kind of high, and I'm short. I'm only 5 feet. And so it makes it a little challenging getting to my ingredients, which means that I think the top two shelves I can't even use, because I'd have to, every time I wanted something, I'd have to get a stool to get up there. So I figure what I can do is, because I still have a ton of stuff. My daughter finally came and got that dresser, but I have a ton of stuff in this closet. So I need to also clean out this closet, because this room is my office. But those shelves that I can't get to, I can just pack stuff in those top two shelves, on those top two shelves to with stuff that I can't get to, like my crock pots and stuff. I have a few crock pots. There's one crock pot that I use on a regular, but I have a few crock pots that were gifted to us, on our 20th anniversaries. We have stuff that, was bought for us for our anniversary that never got used. So anyway, I want to use that space, since I can't really get to that stuff for that purpose. It's the store stuff that I really don't use very often or at all. Anyway, I will be back and um, kind of take you along with me and stuff like that. So I've been talking this already almost 15 minutes, and I haven't even nearly covered some of the stuff that I'm gonna do. So a lot of this will be chopped out. Alrighty, bye. Alright, so I'm about to get out here and do this thing. Got errands to run and stuff to do, so I don't know if you can see I'm rocking my Pittsburgh Steelers gear. Got my Pittsburgh Steelers purse with my, I don't know if you can see my leggings, but yeah, it's a little big, but I'm about to make it do what it do. Put my shades on. I'm about to get out here in these streets. Got my Gatorade and about to make it happen. Bye. Alright, y'all. We about to get out here and do this thing. I was just talking to my neighbor, and they're doing so much construction over here. I had to move because my little mirror is in the way. But they're doing so much construction over here with the new owners taking over and everything. So they're repaving the parking lots and everything now. But hopefully all the stuff will be done soon, because with so many people on the property, we have limited space to park when they're paving certain areas. And then the parking spots that's close to where your unit is, that whole area might be blocked off, so you can't park over there. So anyway, I just be glad when they get through with everything, because while I know that it's gonna look nice, it is a major inconvenience. So I'm gonna be stopping and starting this video because I'm gonna have to take this device down out of my window, because it's 88 degrees right now, but that device can't handle the direct heat. And I probably need to stop by Five Below, because Five Below has this thing that I was looking at. I don't know why my throat is cutting up, but it has this thing that you clamp into your vent. And so I think I thought about getting it, and I didn't get it, and I should have got it. But nevertheless, I'm headed to Ikea now to see if I can find the storage cabinet that I was talking about earlier. And I have to pass a Five Below. So I think probably what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stay on the feeder, not get on the freeway. And then that way, I can stop running the Five Below and grab that the little holder that clamps into your air vent, because I have 3 air vents right here where my, my dash is. And this one on the far right, I don't necessarily need it. I can do without it. I also have another vent that's further over in the passenger side, and I'm curious to know if I put it over there, because I keep that one closed to push the air towards me. So maybe if the holder has a nice swivel on it, I may be able to clamp it over there and then swivel it this way so I can record, and then that way I can just leave these vents open. But anyway, nevertheless, I'm headed to Ikea, and I'm going to stay on the feeder so I can hit Five Below, and then I'll jump on the freeway from there. But I'm really feeling cute in my little Pittsburgh Steelers gear, y'all. I can't wait for football season. Preseason is coming. Yeah. So, if I don't follow the draft, I'm really confused by the players and who they are and what their potential is and all that stuff. And my husband has to catch me up, because even if he don't watch the draft, he has a tendency to follow the candidates, and so he has like information about them. Plus, I stopped watching college ball like a while back, so he still watches college ball, so he's more familiar. Like, say for example, if the players are in college and they're being drafted into pro ball, he may have already had a chance to kind of check them out or whatever, while they were in college, because he's following. I used to love the Seminoles. That was my team, the college ball. I watched the Seminoles, but I stopped watching college ball a while back. Another thing that I'm gonna do is I gotta detail my car. I'm gonna try to make that kind of quick, because my car is like dirty, and I am OCD, so this has been driving me up a wall. But I have just, because I've been tired, I just haven't really felt up to it. But anyway, I'll kind of, be filming some stuff, and I'm gonna have to use like 3 devices, because I don't know what the deal is, why the space run out on these devices so quickly. But anyway, I'll chime back in just a little bit. Bye. I have to get me something for my lips, because I have problems with dry skin, and I have 50 million tubes of lip balm and lip gloss and stuff like that. And oh my God, right now my lips are so dry, and I don't need anything with color. But you know what? I probably should get something with color, because I love red. Because I pulled the skin off of my, oh, here we go, the EOS. I pulled the skin off of my lip, and oh my God, these things are $3.29. People want to say $5. But my daughter uses these. I wonder, is this the one? Okay, this has SPF. Ooh, and this is lemon. I think I'm gonna get this one. Put this lip gloss back. But anyway, I have 50 million things of lip balm, and I didn't bring anything. I changed purses and didn't bring anything for my lips. So anyway, let me look for this little phone charger thing. I mean, not the phone charger, the little holder thingy. This on the other side. This just shut up the opposite. Because there's a Five Below bump by my house. And the store is like everything is flipped. So we used to come in and go in one direction. And I had to actually go a different direction because everything is on the opposite side of the store. Okay, so what I'm looking for here, the earbuds. Okay, here are the little holder things. So they have one that fits into the car vent. Okay, so here's one. So that's cute, but I don't know how secure that would be. So they got this one. This is not the one that I originally saw. This is black. Huh. Well, I guess this is the one I'm gonna get. Anyway, this is the one I decided on. And they got a little thing on the back too. In business, let's go get them money. I probably should get me some water too because I don't want some of the liquids. So as you saw, I was able to find my this little holder, and I'm gonna see if I can put it like which vent I need to put it in, so I can drive and film, because putting it in the holder that I have now, it has a suction cup on it, and it's hot. So if you put the device up there, eventually what happens is it wind up cutting off because the sun is beaming directly on the device. So give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna see. I'll put something on my lips. See what I'm talking about? It's not a nervous habit. I think it's subconscious. I have problems with dry skin, so I always have something. I have some kissable lips. But anyway, I keep stuff on my mouth because for some reason I've always just had problems with dry skin, and so knowing that, I always keep something with me. And I change purses because I rocking my Pittsburgh Steelers purse today, and that's not my everyday purse. And all I thought about was my wallet, my keys, that sort of thing, and didn't think about grabbing the lip balm that I normally carry with me that has SPF in it, and putting it in my purse. So I think probably what I'm gonna do is this EOS that I got. I think I'm probably going to just leave it in the car, because this one has the SPF 15. So, and it's lemon. I love lemon. So I'm gonna go ahead and see what I can do with this vent mount, and put something on my mouth, because I pulled the skin off. I know, spank my hand. And get back on the road and go down to Ikea and see what I can find. Bye. So this ain't gonna work. I'm leaned into the door for y'all to see me, but I don't know. Anyway, it's not exactly what I thought it was gonna do. And there really is, without having a suction. They need to have one that fit in the vent that is away from the vent, so you can swivel it. And I didn't see anything like that up in there. So if anybody know of something like that, can y'all let me know where you find it at? Because I'm not sure. Anyway, so I'm off to Ikea. I guess this is, you don't get my full whatever, but it's better than nothing, because I don't want to have that Oh, wrong way. Thought it was an out over there. I don't want to have that, oh shoot, there go Wells Fargo. I don't want to have the device in the window and it overheats and then shuts off, or worse, that it gets damaged. So anyway, I have it down here, and if I need to open the vent for any reason, so it'll cool off, then I can do that. But so right now I'm headed, got my stuff on my lips, has a taste to it, but I like that it has the SPF, because I's fair skinned it and I will burn, and like I said, my lips are already dry, so I don't want to be having dry lips and then picking at it, not thinking about it, and mess around and cause my lips to start bleeding. I don't know, maybe if I put the vent on my feet, I can put it that might actually work, because I didn't want the phone getting like real cold. So, oh, but you know what, if I do that, you can't see me, because I already tried putting it up top in the one that's like over the radio, and you can't see me. Anyway, ooh, this guy is all in the lane, in the other lane. He going. So I'm here at Ikea, and that was a bust. There were a few things that would have worked for me, but the price, I wasn't willing to pay that. The items that were within my price range, there was one thing or another about it that just it wasn't happening. So I didn't find the cabinet that I needed. I will say this, I probably won't frequent Ikea too much. I can't even tell you the last time I came out here. I know it's been over a year, and I'm one of those people that's real big on customer service, and I will tell you, the customer service, short of one lady, the customer service sucked, because I'm walking through, you got people walking very, very slow, which I understand, because if you're looking for something, you want to take your time, you want to look or whatever. For me, I was able to move faster because I was looking for something very specific, and the areas that I was going through didn't have them. So like if I was going through bedroom furniture or whatever, obviously if they didn't have like a cabinet or something, that I could run over and see what the price was that had, because I'm looking for something that has doors on it. And then I wasn't trying to stop, so I was kind of zipping through the foot traffic. And so the first incident that pissed me off was I'm cutting through this one area, and there was a guy there that had a mop bucket, and he didn't have any cones or anything up. And so I got ready to go around this one lady to cut through, and he slopped the mop right down in front of me just as I took a step. So I go around the sofa, and this person took the mop and slushed it, like went from where he was mopping all the way over to where I was coming around the furniture to cut me off and mop right in front of me. And I looked at him, I said, really? Because I think that was rude. Even if you were going to mop there, why would you intentionally miss an entire area where you were to mop to cut me off from cutting through there? And I'm looking like, when he did that, I'm like, there's nothing on the floor. Why was that necessary? You know, some people in this world, they just mean, oh my God, I want to say something so ugly right now, but they, you know, they just hateful. And it's like, what is wrong with you? The other incident, I had went and got this lady, she screwed my wrap up so bad. But the thing of it is, it said it was a Mediterranean, it was a vegetarian Mediterranean wrap. And when I grabbed the one that was already, it's like grab and go, it had like a whole bunch of, I don't know if that was ricotta cheese or what kind of cheese that was on it. But it was so much cheese on there, even if I was gonna just suck it up and eat the cheese, because I told y'all earlier I stopped eating dairy. It was just way too much on there. So I asked the lady, was there any way for me to get one made without the cheese? And initially she was like, you know, they were real busy and it would be easier if the woman was still making them, but she's not making them anymore, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, she said, well, she can ask her. And she said, I would have to wait. So I was okay with that because I was done looking. I wasn't trying to look at anything else. I was trying to leave, but I'm starving. So what happened was she came back and she said, I'll just go ahead and make it. I said, oh, thank you so much. So when she brought the wrap to me, she was very sweet lady. She was very apologetic because she couldn't get, obviously she didn't know what she was doing, because this is supposed to be a wrap. So she was very apologetic. You see it's busted on the other side. This is really a salad in a tortilla shell. But she was very apologetic because she, you know, she said it broke and all that. And so anyway, the other issue that I had is after I paid, I went over to put the plate that she had it on off to the side. And this guy came and dropped a spray bottle with cleaning stuff in it, sat it down right next to my food. And I'm looking at him like, I know you saw me standing here. I know you see that I have food in my hand, well, sitting on the counter, because what I was doing was putting my change in my purse so I didn't hold up the line. And so I set my food on it. He came, huge counter. So you choose where my food is sitting to come and put the spray bottle of cleaning stuff right next to my food. And I'm looking like, I'm moving my food and I'm looking at him like, seriously? And I said, y'all folks up in here, it's a wonder y'all have any money, because, you know, really, it's just crazy. So this is my rant, because I'm starving now. I'm a little irritated because my feet hurt. I walked around this place twice and walked around the bottom once and didn't find what I needed. And so I'm not mad about that, but I'm just like, it wasn't a good shopping experience for me overall. So I didn't find what I wanted, and then I had to deal with, you know, people being rude. So I'm like, So I'm ready to go home. Still got errands around, but I'm so hungry, so I'm probably gonna sit here for a second and try to see how I'm gonna eat this salad in a tortilla shell, because I don't have a fork and the tortilla shell is torn, so I can't pick it up. And she said, well, I stuffed it way too full, so it broke and all this. So I have to now figure out how I'm going to eat this, because I was hungry. All right. Bye. So y'all can't see me, but I was headed back down the feeder of the freeway. And I'm glad I took the feeder instead of actually getting on the freeway, because I passed the Home Depot and something told me going to Home Depot. So I went into Home Depot and I saw the sign that said storage. And I went down the storage aisle, bam, found what I needed. So all that time I wasted in Ikea, Home Depot had exactly what I needed. And I think probably for storage and stuff, I'm gonna start checking there first. And I used to do a lot of shopping at Home Depot, primarily when I managed the apartments Southwest Houston over in Hiram Clark. So I was very familiar with their inventory. And I don't know why I didn't think about Home Depot before, but they were literally absent from my thoughts. It wasn't like the last thing on my mind. It was, I didn't think of them at all. So, yeah, I got what I needed. And my max budget was $100, and I came in almost $20 under that before taxes. So that worked for me. So I got what I needed. And what this is going to allow me to do is, I need to call my husband. What this is going to allow me to do is to move all of the stuff that I use on a regular basis out of my pantry and just kind of use, and that would be like dry goods, my teas, and all of that stuff. And I don't think that I'm gonna worry about my little storage stuff, because I do have like baskets and all of that sort of thing at home. So I'm gonna try to see if I can use what I got, and then see if I need anything else. But if I need anything else, then there's a Dollar Tree across the street from where I live. So then I'll just, I have to go back out. I have to go out anyway to probably grab something for dinner if I can't figure out what to cook with some of the stuff that I already have at home. So anyway, this guy that I used to work with, he doesn't work there anymore. He was actually a ophthalmology student who used to come in, and he worked like when school was out and stuff like that. He used to always bring me these little Asian snacks. They were very low in sodium. They were not high in sugar. And he used to always tell me, I got them from 99 Ranch. And I'm passing by here now, and it's funny because the very first thing that I thought about when I saw the store sign was him. So I'm like, ooh, I'm going to go in here and see if I can find me the little, because what it is that it's like this, they're a black sesame inside this little wafer type, and it's not sugar free, but it's so low in sugar that you can actually enjoy, maybe 3 or 4 of them and be good, whatever. So I really liked them. And I actually miss him because he used to, I'm sorry, I put my finger in front of the thing. He used to hook me up with my little Asian cookies. So I'm going to go in here and see if I can find them. All right, y'all. Later. Okay. Would you believe the one day I decided to stop by here, they are out of stock. Yeah, so I don't know, maybe it's for the best. Anyway, at least I know now where to come. And the girl was telling me it's in a purple bag, so I know what I'm looking for. All right, I done called the mister. I'm headed home. He's gonna meet me there so we can get this thing out the trunk and have him put it together and start trying to reorganize my kitchen. See you in a little bit. Bye.